Y'all music getting on my nerves.
Back row.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
What's happening? It's your boy Derek Minor of the legendary Reflection Music Group. I'm a hip-hop artist, producer, record label owner. We have artists like Cannon. On our distribution side, we have artists like Don Reddy, Tory Deshawn, Mission, Jared Sanders. So super excited for Christian hip-hop culture. The thing I love about the KCA is what I'm looking at right now is that I'm seeing growth. I told Marcus, who's the person who put this together, is that Christian hip-hop feels like what hip-hop felt like in the 90s, where it was indexing way higher than its investment. Like when you look at a lot of these artists are doing this straight out of their homes and they're going crazy. Like when I look at guys like DC3, when I look at guys like Alex Jean, when I look at guys like Caleb Gordon, when I look at guys like Paris Carriz, when I look at guys like 350, like when you see these artists, they're killing it. And a lot of them are doing it straight from the crib. So it's amazing to watch us grow and get this to this point. But guess what? We got a long way to go because what we got to do is we got to make it international. How do we make it international? We got to come across the pond and work with the UK artists over there and take this to the next level. So I'm super excited. I'm super optimistic on what we see Christian hip hop about to be. And look, the kingdom is at hand and it's on us. Let's get to it.
Show me why I'm here. And I cried myself to sleep that night. But that very weekend, God allowed me to perform at my God Sister's album release party, and everybody stood up. And when everybody stood up, God showed me that he doesn't make mistakes, because people who walked up to me said, don't stop. Keep letting God use you. Do not give up. And every time somebody said something to me, God said, this is why I created you. I make no mistakes. I have a plan for your life. And since then, God has been using me one song at a time, one day at a time, 1 year at a time. My name is Gifted Hands. Bro, I love KCA. Like, KCA feel like a big event put on by a big family, right? Like, the love here It's so great the support here that everybody's giving each other, from everybody who's like seen on stage to everybody who's doing something in the background. Everybody's doing their part, and it's all for the glory of God. I love this, and I'm gonna be back here.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
Yeah, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Marcus Hall, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. This platform is sponsored by Kingdom Time Enterprises, which is a multimedia production company that pushes urban kingdom culture. So, yo, we're back on the other side of the KCA weekend, the 2025 KCA weekend, and listen, man, we had a blast. For those of you who missed it, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But for those of you who were there to participate in the weekend and just to experience the weekend from the pre-show to the main event, it was what my brother Jared All-Star said. It was a cinema. Yes, it was. It was a cinema. I want to thank everybody who came out and just celebrated Christian hip hop and urban gospel and urban kingdom culture. It was special, man. It was special. It was a special weekend, and I feel great. Salute to the KCA team KCA. We did it, man. We did it. We worked hard. We put our best foot forward. We trusted in God. We prayed. We kept the faith, and God showed up, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing. It was a blessing for real. So listen, let me introduce my co-host, who is also a part of the KCA team. Shout out to those of you who are jumping on. Shout out to Jared All-Star. I see you, bro, in the chat. Salute to you, bro. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. For those of you who are jumping on, please share the link. Share the link. Text the link. Tell them Real Rap 100 is live with the official KCA 2025 recap show. We're going to go into it. We're going to try to get through this as quick as possible because, listen, I'm still in recovery mode, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is that dude Richard Dauphin? He don't know how to act. I was going to take the week off, and he was like, nah, bro. We got to come through. Shout out to Boss Lady Tabitha in the building. Shout out to Deanna in the building. No, D. I got to stop messing up your name. I was warned about that. D, salute. Shout out to Willie Green in the building. Yo, Tommy Guns, a.k.a. So Harlem. It was holding down security. Nothing wasn't getting through. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Shout out to Tommy, man. Salute. Love and appreciate you, my brother. Very grateful for you coming through and just holding down the whole spot. You know what I mean? Some dudes might have pulled up and seen Tommy and was like, you know what? Next year. You know what I mean? We'll try that next year. This ain't the year. This ain't it, bro. For real. But listen, let me introduce my co-host. Give it up for my brother from another, Richard Dauphin.
Yeah. We in the building. Fresh off of KCA's, man. Yo, listen, I know you wanted to take your week off, Marcus. I know you wanted to chill. I know this is the time you getting ready to get on that plane and go to vacation. But you know what? Listen, with the weekend that we had, while the momentum is still there, while people still posting their pics, we got to strike while the iron's hot, man. We got to give people the recap show. And this is also an opportunity for you guys to go ahead and just share with us. What was your favorite KCA moments? Man, if you want to get on, like, by all means, you got to let us know, man. Post the video so we can post it on your page. You know,
Nice.
What this event or what this weekend did for you. You know, we're talking about those who have been in the KCAs. How was this different from the others? Those who, especially those who were here for the first time. This was your first KCA weekend. What was it like for you? Because these are the we want to hear from the people. You know what I mean? We want to hear from you, man. We want to hear from the people. This is what this show's about.
Facts. Shout out to the champ in the building, architect.
Yeah.
Architect in the building who took the belt for the pre-show. So you think you got bars? Salute, brother.
You know about the
architect
belt.
came and came through and did his thing and celebrated with us the whole entire weekend, man, from the pre-show to the main stage.
Salute.
Yeah, salute. Let's go. So listen, shall I rant first or I'm gonna do my little rant first. I'm gonna do my little rant first and then keep it pushing, because the rant is like, it's light, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said. Go ahead. First and foremost, the weekend was amazing. Bro. The only disappointment that I had, New York, what happened, bro? Like, New York, what happened? Like, it's not like how I'll be watching. It's not like I'll be like watching, but it was noticeable for me. It was noticeable for me, the poor New York turnout. I feel like New York didn't come out the way that they could and should. There was so many people who I kind of, when I thought about it, I was like, wow, yeah, they wasn't there. Oh yeah, I didn't see that person. Oh yeah. Oh, where was that dude? You know what I'm saying? And again, listen, I understand, right? Everybody can't be everywhere. Everybody can't come every year, but this event is the one event in New York City. I'm gonna say it. This is the premier event, not just in New York City, on the East Coast. And the one event in New York City that draws people from around the country, even beyond, around the world now.
Yes, international.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm talking dudes came in, a squad came in from Alabama.
Yeah, man.
Dudes came in from the West Coast.
Yeah.
The South was in the building heavy.
Yeah.
And dudes who live in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens and a little bit upstate. Listen, I say this not to beef, right? But I say this because it makes New York look bad. It makes us look bad. And why it makes us look bad? Because really and truly, we should be selling out the symphony space if New York got behind it the way that it should and supposed to. So I want to say this, and I don't say this to beef, because at the end of the day, it was still a blessing. It was still a success.
Yep.
And y'all are the ones who missed out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angel Medina. You know what I'm saying? Fire weekend, he said. He traveled. He came through. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother.
You know,
but
crazy. It's crazy you saying that, because I was over there thinking, I'm like, word, New York didn't show up. And then I think because I was maybe, because me, I was running the floor, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I would think I was just so like enamored with all the new faces.
Yes.
You know what
that
I'm saying?
Was a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I saw the new faces, so I was just like, and then it's only till you said it, I was just like, yo, I'm like, oh snap, New York did, like, we ain't come out like we should. It didn't even dawn on me because there were so many new faces, and then you like seeing new faces. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
Yeah, but also too, it also shows being the fact that we have a city, especially in CHH. New York Christian hip hop, being the fact that we're so small, like, it's noticeable who's not.
Right.
Because we know, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's very similar to like when we talk about, like, the KCAs being a reunion.
Right.
You know who's part of the family.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
the uncles and the aunts and the cousins that ain't pull up. So they like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your down south family came, your West Coast family came.
Yeah.
They all pulled up, but then you like, hold up.
Midwest was in the building.
Yeah, heavy.
You know what I mean?
Heavy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's
But
some
again,
truth
I'm
to
not
that.
gonna dwell on that. But I would like to know why, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody is real enough, you know what I'm saying, to have a real conversation with a real G like me, I'm open to it, because I would really, it makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me. Like I'm trying to figure out what it is. I don't want to call anybody a hater. You know what I'm saying? I dare not call my Christian brothers and sisters haters. That title should not be named among us. You know what I'm saying? That would mean that you're ungodly. You know what I'm saying? And I would dare not call my brothers or my sisters ungodly. You know what I'm saying? But it is something that I would like to have a conversation about, and I mean this. I'm not being sarcastic. It may be a little sass in there, but I'm being honest. Like, what is the problem? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would like to know. And maybe we can have this conversation live on Real Rap 100 if there's a couple of people who would genuinely want to have that conversation, because we can't call this platform Real Rap 100 and not be willing to have real conversations. You know what I'm saying? So again, not gonna dwell on that, because that's light. That's light.
Right. Open invite.
Open invite. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna dwell on that, because that's a light thing. That's why I said let me address that first. Because that was light. You know what I'm saying? That the weekend was so dope. It was such a success. The victory was so amazing. That if I spent any more time on that part of it, it would be, I think it would kind of be a slap in God's face. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In the minors.
Yes, exactly. Well said, my brother. Well said. So that being said, listen, let's get into it, man. You know what? Let me pull in. I got a couple of the brothers backstage. I think I should bring in the host for the pre-show real quick for a few minutes. Just to, you know, for him to share a few, and then we're gonna keep it pushing. But listen, the pre-show. So You Think You Got Bars. We brought it back again, and it was crazy. Yo, listen, give it up.
The man.
Yep, give it up for the host. Willie Green, what's good? Willie Green with the AC blowing in the background. What up, bro?
You completed the objective, sir. You completed the objective. You're number 2, man. Good job, Willie.
Yo, people, my people, we all people.
That's it. That's it. Yo, listen, I like how y'all got those t-shirts on. Please, I'm begging you, when you done, have wifey somebody take a picture, because we want to send them to the company who blessed us with it. I didn't realize. See, we're all wearing the same joints right now.
Wow.
I got the hoodie on. Yo, shout out to Chamberlain's Nation, who sent a bag of clothes for us. Just sent it to the KCA. They sponsored the Stellar Awards, and then they reached out to us, and they sent a box of clothing.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, God bless them, man. We're gonna continue to support them, and that's why I want the pictures. But yo, real quick, Willie. First, let me salute you, bro, for a great job hosting. And also let me salute you for introducing an element to the So You Think You Got Bars, which was the official belt, the champion belt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, bro? That belt was so fire. Yeah. Like, I was jealous. I wanted to take that joint home. I wanted to take that joint home.
That made me want to get into the
put it right here.
I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
With the belt. God be the glory.
Yeah, man.
I'm always in awe, and I'm always humbled by God's ability to give vision and extend it to someone who's already extended their vision to me. So I salute you, first of all, Marcus, because without a platform or an ability to be on a platform, you know, and it all stemmed from me being a podcaster, trying to find my way and find my niche in the kingdom. So you gave me that platform. So it was only right to extend a piece of your vision and just take it a little bit to another level. So glory to God, and just glory to a man that has no problem, and I say this wholeheartedly, putting people on that deserve to be on. Because Marcus is, and I say this to the public, whoever's listening tonight, Marcus is a guy that is strictly a real one. And real recognizes real. And I always appreciate when I've gotten the chastisement from you. I've gotten the jokes. I've gotten the encouragement to keep trying to push the envelope forward, and as there are bumps in the road, and we all know this, but many of the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers us out of them all.
Amen. Amen.
And
Amen.
for Marcus to continue to push us to another plateau. In Christian hip hop, we make a joyful noise unto the Lord. And what better way to make a joyful noise is in Christian hip hop? And for it to be ascending, and I say ascending because it's growing, and the masses are starting to pay attention to New York City. And I don't mean to be an enigma when it comes to beef or when it comes to a gripe, but I'll say it. New York should be ashamed of themselves.
Chill.
Real rap 100.
Real rap.
Real rap 100.
Real rap. The general might not want to say it because he want to step on nobody's toes, but me being the host of an event that should showcase New York City at its finest, and that's no slight to nobody from New York City that participated. I don't want nobody to take that out of context. But when it came to the building where New York should have flooded it, shouldn't have been nobody else be able to get in there because New York was in there first. We always brag about New York having the Christian hip hop swag. We got to continue. We got to start to prove it now. And this was a giant opportunity to springboard New York back to where it should be, at the head of Christian hip hop. If Corey Red and Precise did it, if Richie Righteous did it, and we followed, there are generals in this game that should pick up the mantle and send us to new heights. And I was a little bit sad that, New York didn't show out the way they should. But at the end of the day, God was still glorified. Shout out to Architect the Champion. And I felt like the belt solidified an element that would raise the bar, as we so to speak. Raise the bar and make people bring their best. Because when it's something that's of physical stature that you get to say, yo, I won this, or I got this. Can't nobody take that from you, man. Can nobody take that from you? So for me, it was like, and then when me and Marcus was kind of collaborating, Marcus don't like surprises. So I had to with my brother and kind of keep it away a little bit. And he was kind of prophetic a couple of weeks ago when you did the last show. And I was like, I can't keep nothing from this guy, man. He has an explanation about everything. And I was like, you know what, man? I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag to the community, but I'm gonna show him. And when I showed it to him, I was actually with my wife, and I was like, I don't know what the response is gonna be, because Marcus is a guy who's like, yo, if this ain't tough, this ain't tight, I'm gonna tell you.
That's doing fire.
When I got the response, I said it's gonna work, and I said thank you, God. I said thank you, God.
It was amazing. It was amazing, bro. Like, I was thoroughly impressed, and even just to hold it, bro. Yeah. Like, when I held it on the stage,
this ain't no.
I was like, yo, y'all gotta put some respect on this. This ain't no Party City joint, bro.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? This is the real deal. I wanted to rob Architect right there, but he ex-military. I might have had a problem. You know what I'm saying?
You want them problems, bro.
Right. But I just felt like it's the love of the culture that cultivated that. And now, we can't backtrack from that now, because now it's an element that everybody's going to expect. And the expectation from us to them is, okay, if we're lifting your expectation to see something different, we gotta have an expectation from you to get doper, bring more energy, get crazy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And for me, the real cultivating part of the night was the dude that got saved. That's what we was doing. And that blessed my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because our job is very tough. This is an unapologetic job for us, being ministers of the gospel, no matter what you do. And for him to come to Christ at a rap event, which is not, not far-fetched because it always happens. But to see the different cultural dynamics that were in the room, and God to pick him out and say, yo, this changed me right here. I ain't never been here. Man, you can't put no price tag on that.
And the crazy thing to add to that, which is what you said, Willie, was the fact that, yo, this was the So You Think You Got Bars. This was the event that was like, yo, I don't know, Christian and competition. I don't know, and this, that, and third. It definitely has this hint of like, should we are we battling each other? How is God being glorified if we're battling? How we're exalting the spirit of competition and all that? Somebody gave it like to the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like God using the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, man.
Yeah.
There you have it.
I learned something from Marcus, and I learned something from L, and I learned something from you, Rich. And it speaks to not the gift, but the oil on the gift. And for us, we can rap all we want. I can be a podcaster all I want. But if the oil is not drawing people, like Sharice Wigfall said a few years ago, with your gift or your talent or what God has given you, you can either draw people to God or you can drown them from God. I will never forget. I will always remember that, because our main goal is to draw people to the kingdom. Period. The end. I don't care if nobody won that event. I don't care if it was a tie. We kept the belt, which I would have loved to do, but we did it. It was a winner. But even in that winner, somebody was drawn closer to the king. And that's what we do it for. We don't do it for fame, glory. We don't do it for none of that. We do it to draw people closer to the king. Plain and simple. And that was done. And our job was done on Friday night.
Yes. Amen. Yeah, man. Well, listen, again, Willie, you did an amazing job, bro. And your contribution to the platform will go down in history. You know what I'm saying? You changed the game. You added value to the So You Think You Got Bars platform. And I just want to say, I appreciate you, bro. I'm grateful to you. You know what I'm saying? For just being a faithful and a real brother, a real friend, bro. Like, as I said to you before, like, we've not just done CHH together. We've got to a place where we've done life together, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there with me in my lowest moments, bro, to hold me down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and you know what I'm saying? We're family, bro. We're family.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, bro. I had to get you to come on. You know what I'm saying? Just to share your part, because you had to play the significant role. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to grab you for a few minutes just to say, yo, great job, bro.
Thank you.
Bodied that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Guys,
and listen, Willie Green is the official host for the KCA pre-show. He locked it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Anybody else want to pull up? You got to be a co-host. That's it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We might bring in a co-host, but Willie proved himself. Really a real one, bro. He ain't no opportunist. That man's a real one. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Willie, love you, my G.
Love you too, man. Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
And we gonna continue to build, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Yes,
so, yo, give it up for Willie Green, yeah. Willie Green's a general. Definitely he is a part of Team KCA. Hands down. One of our brothers. Been putting in some work. And yeah. So, yo, let's get through this pre-show real quick. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring in Baron shortly. I ain't forget about you, Baron. Baron Mack, the director of photography, the guy who makes the KCA movie. He's there. He's ready to go.
The director of the cinema.
Yes, exactly. But yo, let's get to the pre-show real quick. Let's try to get through it fast. You know what I mean? Because we got to get to the main event too.
Yo, listen.
Pre-show was crazy. Let me say this. I thought Lee Majors was going to the finals, or at least the semifinals. But Lee Majors got kicked out the first round, bro. And I learned something. But it's not that I learned, I was reminded of something. Battle rap is different from a bar fest competition. You know what I'm saying? Battle rap is a totally different setup. It's a totally different lane. And my anticipation was based on Lee Majors as a battle rapper. But this wasn't it. This was a different setup. And Lee Majors, salute to him, is still a dope artist, still a dope dude. But yeah, this wasn't it for him. Like I won't use the word disappointed. I was just expecting way more. And I got reminded once again that battle rappers have a unique gift. And that's why a lot of battle rappers, they'll kill it on battle rap. But when it comes to battle rappers as recording artists or even performing on like stages, like on a set, that's not their strong area. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they can't do it. They can. But I think, I think, yeah, I was expecting a lot more from Lee. And to see him go in the first round was a little hard for me. And then to see him come after he lost it, he said, yo, can I get another verse? Can I do a little something as a like, you know what I mean, before I go? And I said, yeah, go ahead, bro. Because I was like, you know what I wanted him to do? I wanted him to come and like show like, no, I'm official tissue, bro. And come in and body. And he didn't body. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this is real rap. We going to say it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, because you look like you're itching. You got something on your mind, Rich. Go ahead.
Nah, speaking to what you were saying, you know what it is just because battle rap and like regular, I'm enamored in the culture. Like, shout out to my bro Saga. You know what I'm saying? I've been in battles. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been in battles with them. I understand the culture. And oftentimes, to battle rap, you have to tap into a different side. You have to create a whole different side of your brain in order to do this. Because there's sometimes, even myself, I flirt, rocking with Overflow. Shout out to Overflow. They were trying to get me to battle and stuff like that. And even though I can come up with bars all day, every day, you know what I'm saying? But to target someone and rap for 9 minutes about one individual, I gotta tap into a part of my brain that I don't got that.
You gotta be a genius. You gotta be a genius, bro.
I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and also to do songs, to be an artist, it's the same thing. You gotta tap into you gotta kind of like rewire everything. It's a whole different type of wiring. So, the degree of difficulty in doing that is not a game. And with Lee, I think real talk, it just shows, and even with myself being backstage and with the artists, what I realized, preparation
can't beat
it all.
Yes.
Because I know for a fact, he wasn't aware. When I mean by preparation, understanding the rules. I remember, so you think you got bars. Anybody who's thinking about coming on or trying to do it, you ain't just going up there rap. You got to play chess.
Yeah.
Because if you playing checkers, you going to get checked. And that's a ball right there. But, you know what I mean? And I think that's what happened. You know what I mean? That's what happened with Lee.
Right.
He performed the song that he knew the least first. Thinking that, because he wasn't aware that you get eliminated.
He was sure. He was right. Yeah, nah. But let me. So wait, remember who got eliminated the first time? It was Lee and
L Butler.
L Butler. Salute to the Bishop. You know what I mean? Salute that he showed up. I think what happened to L performed last. And And I don't know. I think after everybody else did their thing, I don't know. I think he might have been a little rattled, but also I feel also that he had a game plan, but the game plan was wrong. Because the first thing he said, yo, give me the the Shook Ones beat, which really was designated for the third round, to be used for the third round for all of them to rap on. He didn't understand the assignment. So I guess whatever he had prepared for the Shook Ones, that was his game plan after he heard everybody go. And he was like, yo, I'm a body with that. But he didn't understand the assignment. No. So we had to say, no, you can't get Shook Ones. That's for the third round. And I think that threw him off as well. So then he had to be like, oh, all right, yo, just give me whatever. And we got a whatever performance. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't do whatever because this is the first round. And
you gotta have a big impact.
Yeah. Again, this is chess.
Yeah.
This is chess. This is chess.
Now I'll say this. Crystal B. I can't front. Crystal B surprised me a lot. Not saying that I didn't expect her to do well, but that first round, she came out like, yeah, she stopped. Like, she was the one who set the tone. She set a tone where it was like, okay, this is serious.
She had the room on the ropes.
Yes, she did.
Not just everybody else that was rapping with her. The room was on the ropes. They were like, whoa, hold up. Whoa.
Yep.
And I think it was it was one of my highlight rounds because here she's coming in as a female.
Right.
And the beat that she chose to rap on is the Benjamins. Now I'm telling you this as a rapper. Speaking of a rapper, right? We can talk hip hop, we can talk CHH. Benjamins is probably one of the most highly revered and esteemed instrumentals because of the beat in itself, the impact of the beat, and also who rapped on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's not a beat that you play around with. Anybody can get on there because that beat will overpower you. You are swimming in deep waters. You have to know what you're doing.
It requires bars.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing to get on that because that beat will take you out of here. and people can look at you like, well, yo, what you doing? You know what I mean? Or all we hear is Big, Kim, and the Locks.
Facts.
Yep. So for you to get on that beat, so to take the first round, you come through and she was dancing, she was gliding, she was stepping on that Benjamin's beat.
She did her thing. She
bop and she was
she rocked the place. I love the Alok. Alok came on some like, yeah, I'm here. Let me just do this. And he came and he bodied. Architect. Let me say this.
Chess.
Architect was flawless. Like, listen. This is what I knew. I knew Architect was a problem backstage. I knew Architect was a problem backstage. Architect just had this quiet confidence that only belongs to a beast. You know what I'm saying? When Architect said to me backstage, yo, I just want the mic. I was like, listen, there's two things that are going to happen tonight. Either this dude's going to get his bubble popped or he's going to pop the whole bubble. Because his confidence was too, hey, his confidence was just on a next level. Architect did this thing. When it comes to bars, similes, all of that stuff, he got it. Round 2. So Lee Majors was gone. Al Butler was gone. Round 2. Let's get through this quick, Rich.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Round 2, fire performances. Crystal B, flawless again. Another crazy performance.
Alok body.
Alok did his thing. Another great round from Alok. I think a standout in that round, which is the irony, Architect did great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A standout performance in that round was Prophecy. Prophecy came through with this joint called Shh and had the room.
Yeah.
He had the room. That was again another classic example. We had this last year, and we're doing it this year. You have the best performance in the round, and and he got eliminated. You know what I mean? And then I went and I told him, I was like, yo, man, like, and it was like, it seemed unfair, but again, this type of event, it's so you think you got bars, not so you think you got performance. He had an incredible record. He probably had the best song that we heard that night. You know what I'm saying? If we were doing a versus, that would be a knockout round. But this isn't versus. This is so you think you got bars. And he got sent home. He got sent home, and a lot of people felt unfair. I felt it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there you have it for the third round, man.
Yeah.
Now we're on.
That was the second round. That was the second. Yeah. So the third round.
On to the third round.
That was the shook ones. All of them had to perform. It was only three. So this was the semifinals. So we had Alok, Architect, and Crystal B. They went at it. Go ahead, bro.
And even with that, again, when we talk about like, so you think you got bars, right? Again, same way how we talked about with Benjamins. When it comes down to the Benjamins, like not everybody could get on that. Shook Ones, which is a beat that I selected.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I said, if anybody's going to rap, so the event is so you think you got bars. That beat is designated for those with bars.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like an iconic battle rap beat. You know what I mean? Iconic hip hop battle. So to get on that beat, it's one of them. You got to stand out. And on that joint, Crystal B, as fire and as flawless as she was, on that beat, I saw some chinks. She was fighting. You know what I mean? I saw some like, you know what I mean? I saw chinks in the armor where she kind of slipped a word. She kind of mumbled. I felt it. I even and also too in her facial expression, she caught it. She was like doing it. You know what I mean? She's fighting to get it through, and even catching a beat. When it was getting ready to start, she was like, "No, start that over." I'm like, "Oh, mama, you can't." Mama, you
fumbled the ball.
You know what I'm saying?
She fumbled the ball. She fumbled the ball, bro.
Yeah, man.
She fumbled
it got
the ball.
A little slippery. You swim in the deep waters. It got slippery. You know what I mean? Which led her to be eliminated. And of course, Alok and Architect. They just, this is what they do. They was like, "We ready. This is what we do."
Yeah, you know they bodied both of them. I think Alok, for me, Alok bodied that. I think Alok bodied that. But I mean, Architect did this thing. As I said, Architect was flawless all night. Know what I'm saying? No fumbles, no nothing. So now the final. Now this is where the smoke starts.
Here we go.
This is where the smoke starts. So both of them go. Alok, Tech goes again. Bars. Alok come. And Alok delivered the bars, but he delivered a couple of moments. Moments shook the room. He shook the room. And now the judges, the panel, DJ Focus, shout out to DJ Focus, Dice Gamble, and Sayla the Corner. They now had the task of choosing the winner. And this is where it got sticky. Because they're debating. The room is debating. And I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest. I thought Alok took it. I was like, you know what? Alok got this. I think he got it. Because Alok, although Architect, again, flawless, bro. Bars. But Alok had some moments that shook the room. And I was like, yeah, I think Alok, because the way he shook the room, he got it.
And you know
so when say, yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah. So obviously the panel are having a tough time. They're having a tough time. So Selah comes over to me. It says, all right, here's the deal. If we're going with pure lyricism. No, he said, are we going with pure lyricism or are we going with moments and feelings? Because if we're going with pure lyricism, it's going to be tech. And if we're going for moment and feeling in the room, it's going to be a Loke. And I said, it's your guys' decision. You guys are the panel. But this is my personal take on it. But at the end of the day, you guys are the panel. So it's your decision. I think if you guys give it to tech right now, there's going to be a lot of conversations in the morning. And you guys are going to catch some slack because right now, Alok has the room. You understand? But I understand if you go with the pure lyricism because this is So You Think You Got Bars. And Selah says, can we let them go for another round? And I said, that is a rule. There's a rule. You guys can pull that. You know what I'm saying? There is a sudden death. They was all told to prepare for a fifth round in the case that the judges can't make a decision. And I let them make their decision. Go ahead, bro.
And you know what to go there? Again, preparation. As an artist,
yes.
I'm a performer. You know what it is? Because there's certain things that can be done to neutralize certain things. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even say all this. This is too much, but this is Real Rap 100. When you're a performer, you have a cheat code. You have a cheat code, being the fact that as a performer, right, I can mess up my lyrics, but I can know how to. What does it mean to be an MC? A mover of the crowd. You do subtle things and people are mesmerized by it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The same way Stephen Malcolm could just, the beat could drop. He get on the stage and then he just shakes his dreads to the side. And you're like, yo, he bodied. He ain't rap a lyric yet. But you over here anticipated in yourself that he's going to kill. You can't teach that. When you're a performer, you do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how to set that stuff. Alok is a performer. Where you see this big dude that shouldn't be moving, but he got swag on him. He's moving. He's captivating the audience. And plus, he's bouncing. He's flowing on the beat. He had moments.
And it's his tone as well. He has a commanding tone.
He had everything. You know what I'm saying? He had everything. And a lot of what he was doing, not to say that he did not have bars. He had bars. He did. Moments.
For sure.
But the performance, it was evident. Like, like or what they would say, the aura, right? You know what I'm saying? That person has aura, that can sell you and that can sway you. You know what I'm saying? And then you lose sight. If this was a versus, it's a different story.
Exactly.
This is So You Think You Got Bars. So when Selah said what he said, those who were just, go by them, he killed the room. It's not about killing the room. So did Prophecy in round 2.
Right.
He killed the room too. You know what I mean? So when you look about it, and I had a conversation even with Dave. Shout out to Dave Vera. We was going at it. Like we was going at it with the same.
They almost had a fight in church over this, bro.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, crazy. But again, so the best thing to do, which because this is So You Think You Got Bars, acapella last round.
Right.
Acapella last round. And I think that's the fairest way because this is So You Think You Got Bars. And then when it came down to it, Architect, again, another flawless 24-bar display of lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Alok gave you lyricism. 16 bars.
Listen.
16 bars.
This is what happened. Alok thought the last round was the last round. He didn't prepare all the way through. So what Alok did, Alok emptied his tank. He gave all of his energy. He gave it all in that fourth round. And he wasn't expecting to have to go a fifth. And when he went to that fifth, Alok ran out of gas. And that's what happened. Like, bro, Architect finished. He finished his round. Again, flawlessly with bars. Alok didn't get through the round and basically kind of waved the white flag. He was like, yo, I'm done. He was out of breath. He got out of it and it was done. And based on that, Architect was victorious. And you know what? I don't care what nobody want to say. I understand why certain people might be saying, no, Alok should have won. Yes, if they would have called it in the fourth and Alok would have got it, I would have agreed with the decision. But Architect, you have to put respect on his name and you have to give credit where it's due. He was prepared and he ran the marathon and he went all the way to the finish line and he was flawless. Salute to Architect. He won the whole night. He never fumbled the ball, not once.
No,
so I don't care. I don't care if y'all are mad. I don't care if y'all are mad, New York. Yo, Architect won. Architect won. Now, again, I understand why certain people might be saying some things. Yes, I agree. If it was down to the fourth and they would have chose a winner, yes, I personally would have went with Alok. If it was down to the fourth round, that was supposed to be the last round. But I do understand why they asked for the sudden death. I understand that. You know what I mean? And I think if Alok would have had more gas in his tank, he could have took it as well. He could have took it, but he ran out of gas. You can't run out of gas and win the race, bro. You can't. So again, but salute to Alok. It was an amazing standout performance that night. You know what I'm saying? We was rooting for him because we're New Yorkers, right? We want to keep the belt home. But listen, we gotta be fair. You know what I mean? And I know some people are gonna disagree, and everyone has the right to their opinion. I'll be honest, even my daughters was like, yo, what happened? Why Alok should have won?
You know why? Because
he had the room, the feeling.
He had the room. You got the
feeling.
You vibe and you like all those different elements. This is not a versus. This is so you think you got bars. The judges understood the assignment, and mind you, Alok, that's my day one. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I gotta go call it down towards when it comes down to it. As far as this is bars over everything. With this and any other metric, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Preparation. I think preparation is what separate both. Because even there was some of the rounds I saw that Alok he did, there was some slippage. He caught it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was some I saw the chinks. He caught it. You know what I mean? Got back on it, and I was like, you know, because I remember being worried that like I think during the third round, I'm like, you remembering this? You good? Yeah. When it came down to Tech, Tech was over here. He was on jet skis. He was just he was just gliding.
Yeah, he was sharp.
Night.
He was sharp, bro.
All
sharp.
Night.
He was razor sharp. Razor sharp.
Another round, okay. Another flawless performance.
Yep. Razor sharp, man.
You have to understand the assignment.
Yes.
That's who wins when you understand the assignment.
Yep. And that was it. So listen, it was amazing. Once again, it was amazing. Like, so you think you got bars? We had a bigger turnout this year as well.
Yes.
The crowd was in the place. And again, shout out to, all the Church City fam. Pastor Rich, salute. You know what I mean? We did it once again. So you think you got bars live from Church City, USA. And it was a phenomenal event. And again, it wasn't as controversial as last year. Nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? But it was a dope event. And God willing, you know what I'm saying? We'll continue. And yes, salute to Evie as well. Evie, I'm going to talk about Evie a little later, but like Evie also, who was the managing director of the KCA, also was the event coordinator for the So You Think You Got Bars. So, you know what I'm saying? She was helping to organize everything and get everything in place and who needed to be in place. And great job, Evie. So listen, moving on. The following day, all roads led to Symphony Space, Broadway, New York City. The KCA team was there from early. Well, most of them. Most of them. But listen, let me bring in my boy Baron, the director of photography.
The cinema.
What's good, Tink?
What's
going on, bro?
What's good? He said most of them.
Most of them.
Facts. Yo, you know what's funny? I'm gonna put Bree on blast. The director of hospitality. Shout out to Bree, the director of hospitality. Yo, listen, in our meetings, you know what I'm saying? I was saying, yo, our loading, we have a loading time for a little later. This time it's gonna be 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Bree was the first one who said, nah, we can't do 2 p.m. We need more time. We got to get there for at least 12 o'clock. We got to be in there for 12:30 at least. I'm like, all right, Bree, all right. I'm gonna call and see what I can make happen. So I called. They said, all right, we'll push it back. Got the 12:30 loaded. Guess who rolled in there at 4 o'clock? Guess who rolled in almost 4 p.m.?
Yo.
Drove to Jersey by accident.
Yo, get this man an Oscar.
Yo, Bree. Yo, but listen, regardless, this is why Team KCA is so dope.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
She came in at 4 o'clock, and you would have never knew she came in at 4 o'clock. Because they got back there, she got in there with her team, and they set up shop extremely quickly. You know what I'm saying?
It was lit.
Lit. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Bree, Vera, the director of hospitality. Amazing job once again. Shout out to Deanna. Yes, I see you holding your face because you're a part of the team as well. You know what I'm saying? Who rolled in at 4 p.m. when you were supposed to be there for 12:30. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of hungry people in the building. You know what I mean? But it was dope. It was dope. Baron was another one. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen. We're gonna talk about the jokes right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the stuff that you guys don't see that happened behind the scenes, right? Baron was saying to me, I was saying, like, yo, Baron, I'm renting a truck, right? So that I can pick up the lights from the rental place where we pick the company that we rent them from. And Baron and his wife, boss lady, you know what I'm saying? It was really boss lady was like, yo, we got it. We dropped them off last year. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Marcus, you need to calm down. You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all got it. You know what I mean? Yo, Baron can tell you I asked him like 32 times. I said, Baron, are you sure, bro? Are you sure? He was like, yeah, bro. The last time I asked him, he barked on me. I said, Baron, are you sure you got the lights? He said, bro, what's your problem, bro? I told you, I got it. You doing too much. Chill out, relax, bro. So I'm like, all right. And I brought back on him. I said, all right, Baron, cool. So that's what we doing? I said, all right, but let me tell you something. If you get there and there's a problem, do not call my phone, son. Baron, who's never late. I'll tell you this, Baron is one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for, teacher Rich? Punctual. Baron is Bree said, see, that's why I can't tell you nothing, Marcus.
Yo, right? At least he kept in between the families. It was just us.
It's just us. You know what I'm saying?
Just us.
You know what I mean?
And everybody who's online.
Oh man.
Yo, Baron gets to the spot, right? Baron, as I said, was punctual, never late. This Negro rolled up about 3:30. You know what I'm saying?
It was 2:00.
It was 3:00, right?
2:00.
Yo, this dude pulled up to the spot in his Tahoe, talking about he gonna pick up the lights. When he got there and saw what the lights coming, he knew he couldn't call my phone because I told him, don't call my phone if you run into problems. Baron had to go get a U-Haul. When I'm walking up Broadway, I see a U-Haul truck parked outside the Symphony Space, and I see Baron sweating bullets. You know what I'm saying? But yo, listen. This is why Team KCA is the best team on the planet. Because guess what? When issues arise, we work through them and we make them happen. We make things happen. You know what I mean? So Baron, salute to you, my bro. You know what I'm saying? You didn't panic. Well, you kind of did a little bit, but you didn't panic. You said, all right, problem. Let's get this thing sorted out. And you did it. And you got the stuff there. So salute to you, King.
Yeah.
Good job. And I want to commend you too, Baron, for just your setup, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your setup this year. Baron's always striving to take the film crew and what he does. For those who don't know, his passion is film. His passion is capturing. Like if Baron, like me, I don't hoard footage. Like once I use it for what I need it for, I delete it. I get rid of it. Baron don't. Baron got rooms full of hard drives because he's archives footage. But Baron, yes, exactly. Great job on capturing. I've seen some of the stuff that you've been sending to me. Some of the performances look amazing, bro. But how was it for you, Baron? How was it for you this year?
I would say this year was different. The lights was a problem. I didn't expect them things on rollers. Number one, let's start there. But we got that done. But the KCA event was phenomenal. I front man, like they had moments. T King body.
Yeah. He did his thing.
Yeah, he was wild, and he was killing.
Oh my God, he was funny.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
I gotta say, yo, you know, when he said we got a Kiki Shepherd, that did it. He said, no, come back. I was done. I was done.
Word.
You know when I was there, I was over there looking at Jovi like,
yo, but I ain't gonna front. The Keisha did her thing, yo.
Wow.
Yeah. She went all the way in.
And I gotta say that the performances was super dope this year.
Yeah.
Super dope this year. And I gotta big up my crew, man. Like we did something we didn't do before. Big up to Elijah being a first timer and
yes.
They were first timers. But Sion, Deron, Frankie, and Joseph. Oh my God, especially Joseph. Joseph was like Michael Jordan. He was sick. He was down on that stage holding that camera.
The flu game.
He caught some amazing shots of these artists. I'm telling you, right now, I'm editing right now.
Yep.
I'm editing the show right now. I'm telling you, this thing is gonna be super, super dope. I'm just thankful that all the stuff that I need. I mean, like the sound, audio, everything was phenomenal this year, for real.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, man, and I even got extra sound from Roger because Roger plugged into the board as well. So you have an extra backup. So if you run into any audio issues, there's more audio. And shout out to Roger Moore, who flew in all the way from the UK.
Was in the
he dropped all of his interviews, his backstage interviews, on me, so we can use some of that as well. Roger had an amazing time. an amazing time. Like, he left New York inspired, man. He left New York motivated with a brand new battery in his back. And a lot of people left that way. I got one of the guys from Alabama reached out to me yesterday. And bro, he was so blown. Like, he had, I think they had their 2 sons with them as well, 2 young dudes. And it's funny, when I saw them, the first time I saw them was at the pre-show outside before we started. And they was like, hey, what's up, man? And, very kind of, chill. And then I saw them at the end when I was leaving the theater outside. I was leaving and they was out there and they came up to me, man. And they were 2 different kids. They were lit. Like, they came up to me. They was like, yo, they was telling me like, yo, this is what we doing. They gave me a t-shirt. They was talking. They was lit, bro. And I realized what happened to them. They were so motivated, so blessed that they went back to Alabama with a new mindset, because what I saw from them and what they expressed, they never thought that Christian hip hop could be presented like this. And they went back so motivated, so ready to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the KCA does for a lot of people. Go ahead, Byron.
I want to say this. People have been watching that clip on YouTube. I got people hitting me up like, oh, Sweat, like, yo, that thing looked different. Like, what was happening? The experience, again, it was like, what? I'm coming next year. Yeah. Oh, you doing like that? Oh my goodness. Like, I'm coming next year. This is so incredible because they're sleeping. Stop sleeping on us. Like, we are professionals. We come out here, we don't play no games. I gotta say, like, the Black Magic camera is a super dope camera. I got a crew. That's all we use this year. We had a
Black Magic. Stop playing with KCA, bro. Paramount Media in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with us.
Yo.
Black Magic, baby. And then we got the yellow extreme so we can pump it out faster. We got a little glitches, but we working it out. But the footage, phenomenal. And yo, we are like, again, it's a stunning event. People got it when they come out and see it. And everybody that came, we had invited before. They was like, yo, I didn't expect that. Now people like, oh, I'm coming to the next one. Oh my God, that was so dope. Like, y'all was really doing it like that. I said, yo, the lights, the DJ, the music, the entertainment, the feel of the building, you get all the love. It's a dope event. Don't play with us. I mean, like they said, like my man Pastor Tommy said, there's no place on the planet, on the planet that's doing Christian hip hop like Kingdom Time right now. Nobody.
Amen. Shout out to Brooke Lugo in the building. Also, shout out to Crystal B. Crystal B, thank you for being on team and serving with us, man. We appreciate you so much. But Brooke Lugo, listen. Brooke Lugo. Brooke. Put some respect on Brooke Lugo's name, bro.
She was the MVP of the night, yo.
Yo, listen. You took the words out of my mouth, bro.
The clutch.
Listen, I'm gonna talk the business. I'm gonna talk because this is real rap.
Real rap.
This is real rap.
People think they know, but they have no idea.
They have no idea. All right, so listen.
Go ahead. This is how good God is.
For years, right?
Years.
Our sister, Tina Dixon, she is the voice of the KCA, and she was still the voice this year because she still did all the narration for the video, the category videos, also Bizzle's presentation. So she still did all of that, but one of her duties is also to do the overhead announcements live at the event. So about 6:30 comes around, and Evie, who's the showrunner, managing director, comes to me and said, Marcus, Tina's still not here. And I'm like, what? So I'm still running around trying to catch up on a couple of things myself. And then 6:40 comes and she says, Marcus, did you talk to Tina yet? This is 6:40. The show's like starting now. You know what I'm saying? Like in 15 minutes. So I said, let me call her. I call her right there and then. Tina answers the phone. She says, "Hey." I said, "Tina, where are you?" She says, very casually, "In Atlanta." I'm like, "Atlanta? Tina, what are you talking about? You're in Atlanta?" I said, "We're at the KCA." She said, I said, "Tina, what happened?" She said, "I thought it was next week." And I understand, because for years, we have always done the KCA on the last Saturday of September. This year, I pulled it back a week because we were starting to run into weather issues on that last Saturday, because we are like in the fall. You know what I'm saying? We're entering into the fall.
And it's raining all this week. It's
right.
be raining all this week. So
exactly.
It's fall. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So I said to her, I said, "Tina, I can't even have this conversation with you right now, because we gotta fix this. So you can cry and I'll call you tomorrow. But right now, I can't even like soothe you right now. Like, we gotta fix this." And boom, grabbed Evie. I said, "Evie, Tina's in Atlanta. We have two options. We can either ask Deidre, who's the assistant stage manager, to do the overhead because she's on that side anyway, or we can grab Brooke Lugo, who I believe Tab might have had a brief conversation with about it before." So she grabbed Brooke and we ran it by Brooke extremely fast. Remember, this is 15 minutes before the show. Ran it by Brooke. I said to Evie, "Grab a schedule, grab a sheet, and go over it." I said, "Brooke, all you have to pay attention to is categories. You'll be introducing all of the presenters. That is your job. That's all you have to focus on." Let me tell you something. Brooke knocked it out of the park.
Flawlessly.
Brooke handled it like she has been doing this for years. And I have to say, Brooke, you killed it. We appreciate you. I think Tina just lost her job. No, let me stop. Let me stop. But I'm just saying, like, real talk. Brooke, you saved the night, man, and we appreciate you. And yes, salute to your husband too. I actually got a chance. I didn't get to see his performance live, but I got a chance to see it today. Yo, Colin bodied. That was a perfect opening act.
Set the tone.
He set the spirit. He set the spirit in the room. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. He delivered it so well. Yo, when that dude took off his jacket, bro, I was like, yes. He was on. He was in. He was definitely on. Salute to both Brooke and Colin for just doing great jobs. Who else was there? There was something else I was about to mention. Since we're talking about the opening performances, you got to give it up for Jamil as well.
Yo,
Jamil. Yeah.
Jamil was fire.
A lot of people were telling me, like, yo, I was asking, like, so what performance? Jamil. And I was just like, I went backstage and I told them, I was like, listen, at the end of the night, if people at the end of the night are talking about what is stand-up performance, talking about your performances and your performance, and you went first, that spoke volumes. You know what I'm saying? That's leaving a lasting impression. So salute to him.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Two dope opening performances. Really set the tone, because people don't understand. Some people think like, oh, that's the opening performances. Like, we put the opening performances because they whack. No, the opening performances set the tone. They set the tone. And that's what Colin and Jamil did perfectly. They set the tone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jamil's dope. I'm definitely going to stay connected with him. Very humble young man as well. Yeah, great. Humble brother. And I'm looking forward to working with him, even more in the future, and getting him out here on some of our platforms, because he's definitely one to look out for. What I will say as well, like, the feedback this year has been crazy. Like, I released like the official winners, and that post has been getting so much traction. Anike reposted her thing on her page. Miles Minnick reposted and commented. Blanca commented on it. Pastor Mike Jr. commented. Like, something's happening, or something happened, I should say. Indie Tribe reposted theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just been gaining a lot of traction. Something special happened at this KCA. You know what I'm saying? And the team should be really godly proud of the work that we put in. Let's just touch on a few more performances because we're kind of over time already. So we can't be here too much longer.
Yo, Tory Deshaun was wilding, bro. Tory Deshaun had the building. He was going, bro. And I was anticipating, I was hoping, as dope as he is as an artist, I hope that he delivered on stage, and he definitely delivered. Like, he killed it. Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to Davina. You know what I mean?
Oh, Davina.
Prayed up and brought up. I was like, this can't be just 5 minutes. Like, she just gave everything. Her and Dice came through swinging. Then a praise dance came through. Then her and Jared. And then, then she took us to praise and worship. She took us to Sunday morning. I mean, she had everything, man.
Yeah. I mean, they Jared and Davina, they can't do nothing wrong.
This is what they do. They
can't do nothing wrong.
3 for 3.
They're just phenomenal. And if y'all ain't checked out Davina's album yet, Blood on the Door, go check it out. It's out on all streaming platforms. She's just so talented, bro.
I want to say Prince Sarge.
Yes, Prince Sarge. Prince Sarge is anointed, bro. That man is anointed. Like, he sings from his soul, bro. Yep,
bro. Prince Sarge.
I can't wait to see his performance.
He was super dope, yo.
Yep.
Dope.
Yep. It's fire. It's fire.
And Toya Love jumping off the stage. Big up Toya Love.
I know that's fire footage, yo. I hope y'all found out.
Yo, now we gotta put a clause in the new contracts. Like, bro, if you jump off the stage, go backstage. We ain't performing no more, bro. Know what I'm saying? But yo, I must say, her performance was dope.
Yes.
Her performance was dope. Yeah, I enjoyed her performance. She gave good energy, good vibes, man. I'm looking forward to seeing more from her. Portia. I ain't going front. Portia Love is a different kind of, like, she got something. She got something special. Like, her delivery, like, she delivered, bro.
Yo, shout out to her dancers. Her dancers were people using have dancers and they just there to be there. Now her dancers is like, like if Portia wasn't Portia, her dancers was gonna outshine her.
Right.
Like you could forget who the artist is because her dancers wasn't missing a beat. They was on skates. They was floating that night.
Yep.
But both of them, that I can realize why. Okay, that's a package deal. You need them. Like, put some respect on them girls. You know what I mean?
They were fire.
They represented for the sisters, man. And you know what was dope? During her performance, because I was in the front of the stage, I saw a father came through and brung his daughters to the front because they were just sitting there awestruck looking at her. So I'm standing to the side of the stage and I'm like, yo, I'm here. Go ahead, take my space. Because I'm seeing, like, you don't know what this performance means for these girls. And also what that performance means to the father. Because especially in hip-hop being so over-sexualized, you know what I'm saying? Do you want your daughters looking at a lot of the hip-hop artists right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to see her looking at what she was looking at, that was like, yo, that was a moment for me. You know what I'm saying? That I caught on the low. So
and that whole like holy girls movement that they're pushing, and that's dope. That's dope. Yo, listen.
You had a lot of women. You had a lot of female artists this year with God Girls. You had a lot.
Shout out to God's Girls too. God's Girls made history being the youngest ever group duo to perform at the KCA. So God bless them. You know, we pray that their ministry will continue to grow. Shout out to Brother E and their mother, Christy, and shout out to ACF Radio, who really supported the KCA, man, big time. I have so much love for them and respect. Listen, I gotta shout out C4 Crotona. C4 Crotona put the East Coast on his back. He put the East Coast on his back that night. And he represented and let it be known the East Coast is a problem.
This is what we do. That's what he
this
said.
Is what we do. Yes.
Yeah, this is what we do.
C4 is anointed, bro. Listen, he ain't just got bars. C4 Crotona is anointed. That's what makes him effective. He's not. Listen, if we were just looking at C4 Crotona for performance, we would say he's a flat-footed performer because he ain't jumping around. But so what makes him so effective? It's the anointing, bro. Yes, it's the bars, but it's the anointing on the bars.
And it goes to show that. It goes to show also too that to be a good performer, you don't have to be jumping up around like you know what I mean. It's not that, because remember, because those that know, Lavoisier back in the day,
yes,
the golden age of hip hop, he was not one to jump up and down and do all this moving to the left and to the right. No, he stood flat-footed. But the power of God was on that man, and he shook rooms. You know what I'm saying? With just using his voice and his commanding of the voice and the all that's on his life and what he's saying and how he's saying captivates rooms.
You know what? I want to say this one thing I would say. Like, the one thing I know about artists, you gotta be clear. You can't be rushing your words. You gotta take your time, be clear and punctuate. You know, if you study the greats that do it, Richard Dauphin, you study the people that do it, Third Cypher, you like, I'm just saying, like, you gotta punctuate your words. If you rushing through it, and you gotta have confidence. C4 Crotona, that's what he got.
He sound like the record.
He sound like the record. He doesn't sound just like the record. In that. You see people that don't sound like the record, we like, yo, you have mad effects on your joint, bro. Like, no.
That don't sound like the record.
No, it don't
sound like something different. That's you? That's how you sound.
You sound better live than the record. Vice versa, but you gotta be clear. And the Symphony Space stage is not a stage to be playing with. It's not Crumble Theater stage. It's not a small stage. You got space.
Yeah, you'll get lost on it.
And you got a boy. Yeah. You can get lost.
You're not a
performer. I feel sorry for artists that think they're gonna go up there. Oh yeah, I could just go up there and body. You better do your homework before you think you're gonna come out here and do something. Do your homework.
I'll tell you who else was what I liked as well. He's dope. His set was short, but he's dope. Mission.
Yeah. Like a big shot. That's my joy.
That's
my joy.
Yeah. Mission bodied.
That's my joy.
Yeah, that
Mission bodied. Derek Minor and Cannon, like their visual and everything was so stadium status.
That was for the Barclays. That was for the Garden.
Yes.
That was for the Garden, bro. I was like, yo, I was sitting there looking at the overall. I'm looking at the presentation. Was like, oh nah, they just leveled up. I was like, okay, now this is where you got to be, Rich. Like, this is the next level, and they're showing you what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep. Bizzle delivered a solid performance as well.
Yeah.
Bizzle was really moved by his honorary presentation. Like, Bizzle was really moved. I didn't expect it because I didn't see that in Bizzle, but he was like, he got emotional, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that was like through the night, because even towards the end of the night, I saw him and he was just very tearful, bro. And that was, again, good to see, not in a way I don't want to see a grown man cry, but good to see that it touched his heart so much.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That he had to express it. Again, everybody did they think? I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously we got the grand finale, but I'm trying to think. Well, because everybody did well. Everybody did well.
Gifted hands.
God, gifted hands.
Gifted hands.
Gifted hands, bro. That was a special performance. You called that too, Rich. You said that. You said that's gonna be a moment. And it was like, even though it's music, I don't know what was going on. It was like messing up at one point, and they cut it. But that was meant to happen, because when he went just did the acapella, it's like, whoa.
It sounded
you could
better.
Feel it.
It
Yes.
sounded better because he had the room, even with the
Yes.
challenges with the music. Everybody was just like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yes. Like everybody was in it.
Special.
Then with the acapella, and he kept going. I was just like,
Yes.
yo, like,
Yes.
whew.
Yeah, she
Hands.
could. Yeah. There was a glory cloud in the building when Gifted Hands
man.
was rocking. I was like, yeah, man, special brother. We love that dude. Like, that dude's family right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a good dude. Like, the joy that he carries. Listen, the joy that he carries. Like, if you're feeling down, just call Gifted Hands. You know what I'm saying? Every day. If he calls you today's what, Thursday? It starts it off with, yo, happy Thursday, bro. Every day if it's Friday, yo, happy Friday, bro. Yo, he's just he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and he is an inspiration to all of us.
Yes.
All of us. And God is using his life and his situation to minister to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He blessed me, bro. He blessed me. And, we're looking forward to just, staying close with him. And he really, really enjoyed it. And, shout out to Dave Vera, aka Gage. Because Gage, it's funny. Gage put me on to Gifted Hands. I never knew about him. Gage was the first person to put me on to Gifted Hands. And it's the irony of that is that Gage was the one who I assigned to pick him up and take care of him, because Gage is the director of transportation. You know what I'm saying? So Gage was the one who picked him up and took care of him. You know what I'm saying? He likes Gage better than me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because Gage developed a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? And he be calling Dave like every day now. You know what I'm saying? But that's love. And you know what? It's funny. Gage has always been doing that. Like, even years ago, the artist used to go to his crib and eat. You know what I'm saying? And he was always like on the hospitality side of things. Yeah. So it's just a blessing, bro. And one thing I will say to the team as well. One thing I keep getting, and shout out to all of the ambassadors, everybody who volunteered, and we don't call our volunteers. They're ambassadors, KCA ambassadors. One thing I can say is that so many people came up to me afterwards and even texted me or called me afterwards and said, yo, your team was so hospitable. They were warm, professional. Yo, we just felt we were taken care of. You know what I'm saying? That just meant a lot to me as well, because you all know the standard that I want us to all set. You know what I'm saying? That standard of excellence. You know what I'm saying? And we make it clear that we represent a brand. You know what I'm saying? And all of the team represented the brand. And most importantly, represented God. You know what I'm saying? So excellently. So again, salute to the team. You know what I mean? Let's get to the grand finale, because we out of time. But listen, let me tell you, we always end KCA on a worship note. And for those who don't know, like, the reason why I always press for us to end on a worship note is because in award shows, it's a great thing because we're just celebrating the genre. We're celebrating people. But there's also a room for the enemy to plant seeds of pride. You know what I'm saying? And we want to just set a tone at the end of the night to make it clear that all glory goes to God.
Why we do what we do.
And why we do this. You know what I'm saying? So we always, end on a worship note. And I was looking through the lineup that we had and said, who can we use to bring us home and bring us into worship at the end? And I looked at a few people, checking out a few people's stuff, and I got to Don Reddy, and I saw a clip with him singing a worship cover while playing a piano, and I felt the anointing so heavy. And it was almost like God said, he's the one. That's the one. So I said, you know what? I'm going to call him and see what's up. And I called him and I said, hey, Don, I know you've already, prepared your set already. And it was like 4 minutes. His set was a 4-minute set. But I said, you know what? We end the KCA with worship. We try to end it on worship every year. And I was going through some clips and I came across something for you. And I really felt the anointing heavy, bro. And I just wanted to ask if you would be willing to bring us home. And he said, you want me to close? And I said, yeah, I want you to bring us home. I want you to close it, but I want you to close with worship. And he said, bro, he said, you know that I'm a worship leader. And I was like, I'm not even surprised, because I felt the anointing on you when you were singing, when I saw that clip. And he was so humble. He said, listen, as far as I'm concerned, you're the pastor of this thing. He said, I'm not saying that you're a pastor, but you're the pastor of this thing. And I just want to come and serve however you want me to. So if that's what you want me to do, all I'm going to need is an extra week to, fix up my track again and have my producer do some work and prepare it. But he said, I'll gladly serve and lead worship at the end. And bro, I'll tell you this, you all were there to witness it. The anointing that fell in the KCA was heavy. Like, I was standing back on side of the stage, and when I could hear the crowd singing, I was like, yeah, we're on. We are on. That was so special, man. It was so special. And it was a beautiful way to end the night. And again, team, one thing that I always pray, and you guys are my witness to it, is Holy Spirit, we want you to headline this entire weekend. And that is exactly what happened. The Holy Spirit headlined the weekend.
Yes.
And he took us home beautifully. And what it did, it put, again, it was a stamp of God's approval. You know what I'm saying? That he would be willing to show up the way that he did and headline the event, because nobody took the night. Nobody took the night more than the Holy Spirit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. And I know people left inspired and blessed. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Don Reddy. His story is amazing, to beat cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's just coming back on the road. You know what I mean? And taking shows again. And I know this was a special moment for him. I seen his good friend, young Chris, commented on the video, the clip that we put out. And he just commented with crying emojis. Just a bunch of them crying emojis. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously went through that journey with him. You know what I'm saying? They're very close. And to see his friend ministering in such a powerful way, it meant a lot. You know what I'm saying? And something happened in that moment. So again, man, it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And we give God the glory. I want to shout out Courtney as well. I know Courtney was in the room. Courtney stepped into a new role as lead stage manager. Courtney, you did a great job, bro. when I called him, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he said, yo, it was too easy. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, Courtney. You did a great job. And I definitely got to shout out Evie. Evie bodied. And I really got to salute her because she worked very hard.
Yes.
She worked extremely hard. And I respect hard work because I am a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, you know, people say, oh, yo, it's a tough day. Get out of here with your tough day. You know what I'm saying? How about a tough 3 months? How about a tough 6 months? You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. So when you're looking for me to say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't feel sorry for you because you had a tough day, bro. You know what I mean? Evie worked so hard. Like, Evie, again, had a taste of what I do, where I'm doing like 6, 7 people's jobs. Evie, at times, was doing 3, 4 people's jobs. You know what I'm saying? And she did it graciously. She did it without complaining. And one thing I loved about Evie, she is very composed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She don't lose it. She does not lose it. When we had a couple of issues, and that night was a test because she stepped into some shoes. You know, big shout out to Tyra Udovic, who was the managing director for years. You know what I'm saying? And brought so much to the KCA. And, you know, she's still missed. And we still love, honor, and respect her. But again, change is the only constant. You know what I'm saying? Things changed. And she went through a transition and transitioned last year to go on to other things. And Evie came in and filled those shoes. And it was a test on that day. And there were times I'm on headset talking to Evie. And when issues came up, I didn't call it. I said, Evie, so what we gonna do? And she called it every time. You know what I'm saying? Evie knocked it out the park. And I gotta say the utmost respect, the utmost honor. She passed the test. You know what I'm saying? To be able to really lead this thing. And I want to shout out Tab as well. You know, the project manager of the KCA, because she's almost like the mother of the crew. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? She'd be on top of stuff. And, you know, mothers be G-checking everybody, but they love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love everybody and everybody loves them. You know what I mean?
I try to stay clear, Tab. I want to be on her good side.
But let me tell you,
God and Tab.
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, right? This is something that really blessed me. Something that really blessed me, right? And this is where I was like, God is answering my prayers. Because one of my prayers has been, and you guys know, team, that I can get the KCA to a place where it can run independently of me, where I can walk away from KCA and it can run. You understand? I saw a glimpse of it on Saturday. I'm around the back, get myself together last minute, getting ready to get the show started. I look at my watch, and it's like a little like 2 minutes after 7. And we're supposed to open the stage at like 6:55. And I'm like, oh man, we're running behind. So now I'm running to get back to the control booth so that we can start the show. I run out, I come from backstage, and I look on stage. Jamil is already on stage. Mind you, Jamil is the second performance.
Yes.
Oh, Colin is already gone already. And I looked at Tab and I said, y'all started the show without me? She said, yes.
Boss lady Tab.
Hey, yo, you don't know how proud of a moment that was for me. My team started my show. Not even my show. Started the show without me. Because I'll say this, Tyra, big shout out to Tyra. Tyra would never start that show until she got the green light from me. She would always be on headset saying, "Oh, Marcus, we're ready to go. Let's go. We ready, Marcus, we ready." And as soon as I say, "All right, let's go," then she'll start. This team, they said, "Negro, we starting this show on time. 6:55. We don't care if you're not up there. Selena is up there, ready to run projection. We going." Yo, that was a proud moment, because you know what it was? It was a proud moment because I felt like a proud father who raised a child to stand on their own too. You know what I'm saying? A child who started standing on their own too and making some moves by themselves. It meant everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Again, salute to the team. And I have to shout out also Selena, who we hired to be on projection. She works at Church City. She was amazing. Again, it was another test because I sat there the same way throughout the whole show. I didn't leave her at all by herself. But I watched how she worked. She did not miss a beat. She did not bust one sweat. Her forehead didn't even get shiny, bro. Because you have to understand, there's a lot of pressure on whoever's running projection, because you're running the whole production on that screen. Everything that's happening on the screen, you're in control of it. So if something goes wrong, it's on you. There's a lot of weight in your hands. And I tell you, Selena, she did it like she's been doing it for years. She did not miss nothing. And I'll tell you this is when I was thoroughly impressed. When certain artists who didn't have backdrops, but we had our own backdrops that I created, I watched her to see what she was going to do with them. And she mixed them perfectly. Perfectly. There's one time I told her to do something when Prince Sarge was on. I said, give him some explosion. Give him fire. And she brought in the fire. And I left her to see what else she was going to do. And she brought in the fire, and then she mixed some of the other effects in there. Without me telling her, she did that. Yo, salute to Selena. I officially have a projectionist who I know and feel confident that I can leave the show with her. And I do not have to sit with her ever again. She could run this show by herself. From projection, she can run the projection all by herself. So again, a lot of amazing things happened this year. KCA grew up. We grew up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just want to salute the team, everybody, for doing a great thing. And I also want to say, it was also a pleasant surprise to get the citation from New York City. The mayor of New York City, shout out to Brooke Lugo again and Tab. That was like, even now I'm still processing it, to be honest. I'm like, and when I read it, I just read it the other night, and I was like, wow, this means a lot. So I ordered a frame for it, and I'll be framing it, and it means a lot. So again, thank you to those of you who were a part of that. And salute to Pastor Rich as well, who also was presented with the same citation from New York City, from the mayor of New York City. That means a lot. And it was just something to just end the night with. So yeah. Awesome. KCA 2025.
Incredible night.
Incredible weekend. Incredible weekend. Incredible night. And we'll see what God does. You know what I'm saying? I never say, see you next year, because we just don't know what God has in plan. But I just can't get away from this thing, man. Every time, I just can't. I can't get away.
Calling me back.
Right.
Keep calling me, man. Keep calling me, man.
I ain't even spoke to Trick. Shout out to Holy Culture, man. Shout out to Trick for and again, I got to give Trig his flowers, Holy Culture their flowers. Like, Holy Culture partnering with the KCA really helped take us to another level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of favor came through that avenue, and it was just a perfect partnership. And I will forever salute Trig for just being just the dope man of God that he is. You know, and I've not even called Trig yet. I even spoke to Trig yet because I don't want to talk to Trig yet because I know Trig's going to be talking about next year already. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to nobody who's going to be talking about next year right now.
And it's going to be year 15.
Yeah, that would be. I guess you could consider that a milestone year, right? Maybe.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, shout out to everybody. Like, again, and the buzz online has been incredible. Like, Derek Minor spoke to me backstage, and he was so encouraging, and he was blown. And really was encouraging. He even prayed for me backstage.
I sent you the pic.
Our word?
Yeah, I sent you the pic just now.
Dope. Yeah, man. So again, we're wrapping up. We've been hour and 45 minutes. But yo, Baron, again, you're my bro. You know what I'm saying? You and Tab, y'all have to understand, man. I prayed for people like Tab and Baron. You know what I'm saying? And he used to annoy me. He used to be sending me messages on Facebook. I'd be like, yo, this Negro sending me messages all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then he was
your prayer.
Right. And then I finally responded. He was like, yo, you know, we'll just have, you know, lunch or coffee or something. And I was like, all right, well, you're going to have to come out here because I ain't coming out there, bro. And he came out here. We met up. And, bro, who knew that this man was just going to be a friend? Who knew that he was going to become such a friend? Him and Tab have been a blessing to my life in so many ways, man. You know what I'm saying? So be careful who you like disregard, because it may just be the answer to your prayer. You know what I'm saying? For real. So
know you need
it. Exactly. And they've been a blessing in so many. I'm not just talking just about KCA either. Like, we've been doing life together. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, these are people like, when I was in the hospital with my daughter, they just showed up because they just knew that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Remember that night, Baron?
Yeah.
Y'all just pulled up and said, yo, we downstairs. and I came down and I needed that. Like, we've done life together, man. And it goes the same with, and that's why KCA, Team KCA, that's what we do. We're more than just a team. We're a family. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're a family. We do life together. You know what I mean? We sacrifice together. We just do this thing together. And that's why it is just a blessing. And it's funny, Gifted Hand said, and if you want to see it, I'm going to play it on the intro when we end the show. Gifted Hand said about the KCA, he said, it felt like an event that a big family put on. They're the exact words he said. He said KCA felt like an event that a big family put on. And he was right.
Yeah.
A family put it on. You know what I mean? So again, love my team, love the crew. And again, thank you for those of you who came out. We appreciate you. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? For giving us the grace to accomplish another year. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for showing up mightily. You know what I'm saying? And for all y'all little crumb snatchers who intentionally didn't pull up, y'all can pick props. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, only thing I gotta say is get the chicken ready.
Word. It's coming.
Yo, get the chicken ready, baby. I'm coming.
Listen.
You earned your drumstick, bro. You earned the drumstick, man.
Listen, get the chicken ready. And
I ain't even gonna fight you this year. I ain't even gonna fight you this year. I'm gonna let you
go. Don't worry. I'm a throw down. I'm a throw down for my team. So listen, shout out to everybody who jumped on. Again, It was an amazing weekend. Look out for more pictures. Shout out to Okuku, our photographer. Amazing photographer. I've got like 650 images. And we will be releasing them. And again, thank you for all the love that we've been getting online. Today went crazy. And thank you to like the artists who are finally like kind of like getting on board and showing the gratitude, like, and really treating the KCA for the platform that it is. I think they're starting to realize, bro, that hey, nobody else ain't doing this for us. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody, man. It's another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Real Rap 100. Finish it all. Yo, we gotta fix this, Rich, because it's awkward at the end. When I say thank you for jumping on, it's another episode of Real Rap 100. You're supposed to finish it off because you kind of like chime in at the end, and it kind of sounds a little awkward.
Together, I thought you said corporate. You want me? I don't know.
Nah. So let's fix this. Let's fix this live right now. So here's how we're gonna do it. It's another episode of Real Rap 100, where
we keep it real rap and we keep it 100.
Say less. God bless y'all.
Yeah.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
What's happening? It's your boy Derek Minor of the legendary Reflection Music Group. I'm a hip-hop artist, producer, record label owner. We have artists like Kenneth. On our distribution side, we have artists like Don Reddy, Tory Deshawn, Mission, Jared Sanders. So super excited for Christian hip-hop culture. The thing I love about the KCA is what I'm looking at right now is that I'm seeing growth. I told Marcus, who's the person who put this together, is that Christian hip-hop feels like what hip-hop felt like in the 90s, where it was indexing way higher than its investment. Like when you look at a lot of these artists are doing this straight out of their homes and they're going crazy. Like when I look at guys like DC3, when I look at guys like Alex Jean, when I look at guys like Caleb Gordon, when I look at guys like Paris Carriz, when I look at guys like 350, like when you see these artists, they're killing it. And a lot of them are doing it straight from the crib. So it's amazing to watch us grow and get this to this point. But guess what? We got a long way to go because what we got to do is we got to make it international. How do we make it international? We got to come across the pond and work with the UK artists over there and take this to the next level. So I'm super excited. I'm super optimistic on what we see Christian hip hop about to be. And look, the kingdom is at hand and it's on us. Let's get to it.
Show me why I'm here. And I cried myself to sleep that night. But that very weekend, God allowed me to perform at my God Sister's album release party, and everybody stood up. And when everybody stood up, God showed me that he doesn't make mistakes, because people who walked up to me said, don't stop. Keep letting God use you. Do not give up. And every time somebody said something to me, God said, this is why I created you. I make no mistakes. I have a plan for your life. And since then, God has been using me one song at a time, one day at a time, 1 year at a time. My name is Gifted Hands. Bro, I love KCA. Like, KCA feel like a big event put on by a big family, right? Like, the love here is so great. The support here that everybody's giving each other, from everybody who's like seen on stage to everybody who's doing something in the background. Everybody's doing their part, and it's all for the glory of God. I love this, and I'm gonna be back here.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.